car features driver assistance like lane departure warning or collision assist, you'll need special expertise for your windshield replacement. With over 75 years of experience, Crystal Glass is the clear choice. Call 310 Glass or visit crystalglass.ca.
Personal protective gear outside the ring. Reese Distributors. Keeping you safe is our #1 priority.
Production World is your best choice for live, hybrid, or virtual events, concerts, festivals, galas, fundraisers, conferences, and more. We provide audio, video, lighting, staging, streaming, and creative services. Production World boasts a 3,000 square foot soundstage with room for up to 100 audience members. Locally owned and operated. Contact Production World today.
to you, all the way to you. Drifting in a Maserati, Maserati. Dropping bands at 10s and 20s, 10s and 20s. And girl, you will be coming with me, coming with me. We'll be riding 9 to 60, 9 to 60. We'll be drifting in a Maserati, Maserati. Hit the gas, passing 120, passing 120. Got your lady riding with me, riding with me. Dripping all this ice in Gucci, ice in Gucci. We'll be gunning so hard and we'll be running fast. Don't mess around, got a Mac in my lap. You'll be copping some drip, I'll be prepping the whip. We'll be riding so fast, going back to the past. Next up on the train, going all in. Call the cops, I'll be cooking donut. I know I complain about all the freeway, and all I can say is that I'll speed all the way to you. All the way to you, all the way to you. In a Maserati, Maserati. Dropping bands at 10s and 20s, 10s and 20s. And girl, you will be coming with me, coming with me. We'll be riding 9 to 60, 9 to 60. Drifting in a Maserati, Maserati. Dropping bands at 10s and 20s, 10s and 20s. And girl, you will be coming with me, coming with me. We'll be riding 9 to 60, 9 to 60. Maserati. Drifting in a Maserati, Maserati. Maserati. Thinking she's so fly. Station, she'd be looking so fine. $6 a gallon, and she trying the dime, but the bank's closed. Yeah, the bank's closed. The bank's closed. Her legs are wide open, but the bank's closed. Yeah, the bank's closed. The bank's closed. Girl, I see you driving on empty. My wallet's all 50s, yeah. I see you trying to get at me. You're acting so thrifty. Bet you wanna cash out, Wendy.
All right, fight fans, we got two fighters ready to get tonight started. Let's bring them out to Unified Cage. First up in the blue corner, Patrick Laboucan.
First fighter to the Unified Cage. In the amateur ranks, it will be Patrick Laboucan, John Ramdeen, Mitch Clark, your broadcast team. And there you see we get our first glimpse of Mr. Laboucan in this flyweight contest.
There we go. And yeah, looking to get his first victory tonight. Be interesting to see tonight. Him and his brother are fighting tonight as well. So be interesting, especially at this weight class. It's always up in the air. It's such a highly dynamic fight weight, for me at least.
Well, we don't have a team for these guys, so
Team Laboucan.
Yeah, Team Laboucan.
There we go.
And we've seen that throughout mixed martial arts history, siblings training with each other to help them grow, to help them improve in the combat sports realm. Louis Jourdain just joined Charles Jourdain, the first Canadian brother duo to join the UFC.
I think it's also helpful because sometimes we see siblings, they're in totally different weight classes. Like the Usman brothers are being like, one's a heavyweight, one's 170 and 85, right? Both these guys are 125ers, so at least they're used to training with people at their fight weight, which is definitely not always a thing, especially at this weight class, because the pool isn't as deep necessarily as some of the other weight classes. So finding someone you can train hard with at your weight class is definitely a big plus.
And Patrick Laboucan, as we pointed out, has already been inside of the cage as an amateur. Things did not go his way. Would like to change his fate for this upcoming contest as we welcome in his opponent.
His opponent making his way to the Unified Cage in the red corner, Adrian Burton.
Adrian Burton representing Edmonton, fighting out a kamikaze punishment, looking for his first victory as an amateur.
Someone's O has got to go. Unless it's a draw or a double knockout, then you know that's on me. But it's fun to say. It rhymes. But training with a strong team, large team, which, you know, it makes a big difference. But at the end of the day, it's two people in there and a dude with a shirt. So.
But you and I were talking before just about the mental aspects.
Oh, yeah.
And how, you know, those things can really impact your performance. And just when you have a team behind you, you know, you can feel that support, right?
Totally.
You have all these people that we put the time and energy, we believe in you. Now just trust in the process and try to go out and be free.
Well, you're able to really like pull from other people's experience of fight camp, knowing the ups and downs of the fight camp itself, the coaches, those types of things. And to be honest, I don't know enough about Labucan's coaching. Who do they have there? Because it's not listed. But overall, having a lot of knowledge that you can really pull from, knowledge and experience to pull from, makes a big difference. So, but at the same time, both these guys are 0-1. Both these guys are facing off in unified MMA, and they're the only ones in there.
Adrian Burton just looking more physically imposing.
But at the same time, there's a height difference.
Yep.
You know, so if Labucan can use his length to his advantage, that makes a big difference. You know, especially depending on stylistically, if he's a long striker, those types of things. But like the weight difference is definitely apparent, even just seeing them in the same vicinity.
And just the body language. You look at Burton, he's trying to get in the groove, trying to get in the zone. You look up at Labucan, kind of taking a couple of deep breaths, looks a little concerned if you ask me.
Yeah.
But all those things, you know, they might not matter as soon as the ref says, let's scrap.
Yeah, 100%. I think, because some people can just turn on a dime, and that's on them, so to speak. Everyone's flip switches at a different time. Some guys come in jazzed, ready to go, and then as soon as they hit the ring, it turns off. So everyone's different. Everyone's mental aspect of the game is different. So I'm interested to see how this turns out. You know, you see a lot of really relaxed, and now Labucan looks over his partner, warming up, moving, that type of thing. He's like, oh, maybe I should shake it out a little bit. And that's an important thing.
All right, to get this flyweight affair started, Don Andrews.
Good evening, fight fans. Tonight we come to you live on YouTube from the River Cree Resort and Casino here in Enoch, Alberta, as Canada's ultimate proving ground returns to its home province with another night of high-level Canadian mixed martial arts. It's all brought to you by Perfect Sports. Welcome to Unified 64! Our first fight tonight, scheduled three-minute rounds in our Unified Challenger Flyweight Division. This fight sponsored by Slammables. Introducing first, this man fighting out of the blue corner. Standing 5'6" tall, his official weight, 116.8 pounds. His amateur record, no wins, 1 loss. Fighting as an independent from Valley View, Alberta. Please welcome Patrick Labucan. Across the cage, his opponent, this man, fighting out of the red corner. Standing 5'5" tall, his official weight, 124.2 pounds. His amateur record, no wins, 1 loss. Fighting out a kamikaze punishment here in Edmonton, Alberta. Please welcome Adrian Burton. Sound of the bell, your referee in charge is Andy Social.
Andy Social, your third man inside of the cage. 3 3-minute rounds. Mixed martial arts. The amateur ranks. Burton in the gray shorts with the black trim. Labucan in the green.
You can definitely see the size disparity there.
Labucan, that round kick targeting the skull of Burton.
Nicely blocked by Burton though. And Labucan looking to touch and go, that kind of thing. Like to see him kind of measure out his jab a little bit, and here comes the takedown. Right to half guard.
Little resistance. No resistance.
Well, and Labucan searching for that guillotine from half guard. It's hard to pull off, especially when when your opponent's so deep and now it's in side control, and realistically, Burton should be looking for that Von Flue choke from side control.
It almost looked like there was
a
tap there, but
and that's part of the trouble with holding on to that guillotine when it's already gone, unfortunately. Nice little mount transition there from Burton.
And this is the point where Burton is just there to stress out Labakan, right? Just try to make it as rough of a ride as possible.
Yeah, Labakan doing a good job of like keeping his head off of the cage and kind of like starting to work up. But in this position now, as you see, his shoulders are starting to come up off onto the cage a little bit, which does allow for more movement. The key here is to like basically put as much cervical pressure as possible, putting just the head on the cage so they can't move, they can't turn, that type of thing. But looks like he's going for Ezekiel from bottom.
And you saw the damage already on the ribs of Labakan from the shots landed by Burton.
Yeah.
You would looks like Labakan thinking about giving up his back arm lock. Yeah.
But nice little back in transition, actually a lot smarter.
Yeah.
And
it's about time. Labakan in big trouble. The tap is there. And Burton making it look relatively easy as he dispatches his adversary, Patrick Labakan, in the first round. Adrian Burton improves and gets his first victory as an amateur mixed martial arts competitor.
I feel like he did more damage running his face into the cage at the end of the fight than Kirk during the fight, unfortunately. But, you know, styles make fights, and it is tough when you're in that 116 range. We don't have enough fighters here. You see that more kind of like in one. You see some of the 115 pound fighters.
That's where you got to go.
Yeah. Just due to the size discrepancy, and like even then you'd probably better go 105 just if you're walking around 116.8. Unfortunately, cutting weight is a part of the game. Amateur not so much, but you can tell that Burton was the much more physically imposing fighter.
The two fighters with big smiles on their faces. Labakan saying something about his pants coming down.
Yeah.
A wild encounter, but it was one that was really controlled right from the get-go by Adrian Burton. Saw his opportunity, even though some kicks were coming his way. Seized the moment, put the fight on the ground, and just took his time and eventually found the
couple strikes into takedown transition, and that was the key to the game, was getting it to where he was strongest.
All right, for the official decision, Don Andrews.
Fight fans, referee Andy Social seen enough, calls a stop to this fight. 1 minute 54 seconds of the first round for your winner by tap due to rear naked choke. In the red corner, Adrian Burton.
Style points for Adrian Burton. And he was in the zone. You could feel he was right before he got into the cage. He was feeling it.
Yeah, you know, and you can tell he was prepped well. He was ready to fight, that type of thing, and he just came in ready to go. So that's kudos to him and his team for basically a picture-perfect fight tonight.
And this is the end.
Transition to the back. Didn't go for the arm lock, giving up position. Instead, transition to the back. Locked in real tight. That bottom hook's nice and tight and controlling that far leg, which led to a ton of pressure on the spine and extending the neck, which allows for that rear naked choke to be very, very powerful. And the headbutt the cage.
And Mitch, we talked about this in the past, about getting into that flow state. And I know each fighter is different. Is that something that you can do? Like how soon can a fighter manifest getting into that flow state? Does that happen after the weigh-ins? Does it happen the day you wake up? Does it happen in the hour before the fight, or can you replicate that from fight to fight?
It's for me at least, you know, from my perspective, it's a hard thing to do, and just to find that flow state, so to speak. You know, like when you feel it, you know it. Everyone talks about being in the zone, like it's just like, oh man, I get up, I'm in the zone. It's like that's not how it is. You know, like when you are in that flow state, it's almost like, I remember one fight. And I could see the speckles of dust in the air. It was like almost time slowed down. I felt really good, and everyone's different. For me, I was pissed off, and that's what kind of like caused that jump up into that flow state. you're always like want to be calm and relaxed, but everyone is different and performs differently under different circumstances. For me, that's where you really feel it. Sometimes it's just like, I'm good. You get hit, and it's like, boom, we're ready to go. Everyone's different, so.
And all right, fight fans, 2 more fighters ready to make their way to the unified cage. First up in the blue corner, Trenton Laboucan.
We saw Patrick Laboucan making his debut here for the unified promotion. In our first fight of the night, there his brother, Trenton Laboucan, also representing Valley View, Alberta, competing in the flyweight class.
With style points. That's not a bucket hat technically, I don't think. But you know, like sometimes this can be powerfully motivating in the sense where you see someone else lose that's on your team, you're able to use that to be like, well, I'm gonna get back for us, that kind of thing. Or it can be mentally devastating at the same time, especially when it's a sibling, that type of thing. But we'll wait to see. Also with duct tape on his pants.
On his pants to keep his pants on.
Kind of have that problem. But, you know, I'm interested to see if what the weight discrepancy might be in this one as well. He's fighting Darren Martin out of Shea Bears. They cut weight. They're usually bigger guys. Already you can see a little bit difference in musculature in this Laboucan brother. So yeah, a little bit closer to the 125-pound limit as well.
But still undersized.
Yes. Yeah. But, you know, and maybe it's a conditioning thing or just wanting to not have that first fight before the fight, so to speak.
All right, let's bring our next fighter out to the unified cage in the red corner, Darren Martin.
Darren Martin representing Shea Bears here in Edmonton, one of the country's most successful mixed martial arts gyms. And I'm sure that Darren Martin will have an entourage, and yes, he does. And this is what I love, when you see a fighter that has a smile on their face, really enjoying the process of making that walk. Doesn't always tell the whole story.
But at the same time, for some guys it's perfect, that's exactly what you want. And for other fighters, it's more along the lines of they're not focusing on the hard work ahead, so to speak. So, but everyone's different. Like some guys, they want to be nice, chill, and that's where they find their flow state, so to speak. And some guys look like they're ready to really throw down, so to speak. You know, or you got guys that are calm, cool, collected, like they're about to go iron a shirt or whatever. So everyone's different. But training with, you know, Roger Alves, multiple-time national champion wrestling, Tanner Bowser, multiple-time UFC veteran. You can pull off the experience of your team, even just with these two, so to speak. No duct tape on his pants, though. Going back to that flow state thing we were talking about, too, sometimes it's about how, like, your routine in training. Because a lot of people, they look at training as just like another day, another thing. But sometimes it comes down to doing those same things. So every time I'd get into the cage at Jackson's, I'd always bang my left hand against the cage doors you enter. So you just kind of like, you're able to kind of like that repeat thing. So if you watch some of my later fights, I do the same thing. I bang my left hand against the cage as I walk in.
All right, this flyweight affair, let's get her going.
Fight fans, our next fight scheduled three-minute rounds in a unified challenger flyweight division. This fight sponsored by Reese Distributors. Introducing first, the man fighting out of the blue corner. Standing 5'7" tall, his official weight 122.6 pounds. Fighting as an independent from Valley View, Alberta, and tonight making his amateur MMA debut. Please welcome Trenton Laboucan. Across the cage, his opponent. This man fighting out of the red corner, standing 5'4" tall, his official weight 123.6 pounds, fighting out of Shea Bears MMA here in Edmonton, Alberta, and also tonight making his amateur MMA debut. Please welcome Darren Martin. The sound of the bell, your referee in charge is Luke Boutin.
Luke Boutin, the official inside of the unified cage. His Bout scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. Trenton Laboucan in the black shorts with the blue duct tape. Darren Martin, the kind of leopard print.
I guess. Oh, big
Jab.
jab. Big overhand there. Laboucan already showing a lot more offense
than his brother.
Looking for that beautiful pass, this double to the side control, but Laboucan hold on to that guillotine.
Crazy scramble here.
Wiry, strong Laboucan. Knee up the middle for both guys.
Action early here. These two not gonna settle down just yet.
Oh, big kick, big right hand. Exchange of big shots there.
Massive right hand landing by Martin. But Laboucan firing back. Martin trying to dig, couldn't get. Decides to slam his knees into the midsection of Laboucan.
Laboucan looking for outside, kind of high crotch almost, so to speak, but just due to Darren's head positioning makes a big difference there. With jockeying for position and a headlock takedown to half guard, switch into mount. That cage becomes such a factor.
Close guard, momentarily used by Laboucan.
Well, for a second there, it looked like I thought he was going to transition to a body triangle, like with those long legs, so to speak. He's looking for a triangle currently, controlling the wrist of Darren Martin. But like that reaching back is bad news, and looking for a modified Kimura.
Yeah, he's got the arm trapped.
Very interesting from Darren Martin here.
Martin trying to remain calm, and it's a shoulder lock, and he manages to get his arm out.
Big shots
now he's
there.
Pissed off. A couple of devastating right hands aimed at the chin of Laboucan.
Laboucan with some nice foot on the hip, like almost like a box style guard, high box guard. And you can tell he's looking to transition with that high wrist control and that high guard. So good job. This is part of the problem with staying so low in that middle ground, the danger zone, so to speak, in the guard. And a nice transition to mount there, hopping over the butterfly guard attempt of Laboucan.
And Martin it seems like he doesn't want to give any space right now. He knows that Laboucan is wiry. He'll buck and get that sweep just like that.
Very smart control by Laboucan, so to speak. Right here, Martin's looking to stand up off the cage, but waist ride from Laboucan. Looking for a big throw. Suplexes are sexy, but
a little elbow. Luke Boutin coming in and warning Martin there. Separates the two. A foul. Neutral corner.
Martin right in front of his team. Maybe a no-no, but I'm not going to tell.
They weren't coaching.
Not at all. No. No gamemanship. Having trouble opening the cage. Oh no.
The doctor coming in to check the combatant.
Oh no.
I don't like the look on his face.
No.
He's saying I can't, and that's it. The fight is over. And what will it be? Oh no.
That'll.
A DQ?
That could be a DQ due to a legal strike, depending on how much time, and also dependent on the referee's discretion of was that intentional, etc. Right? So I'm interested to see what the result is. In here, during pulls back, it's that. The second one makes it tough, in a sense, where saying there was no intent. But also that second one could have been, I'm trying to reach around to try and get a whizzer, grip, all that other stuff.
Oh. And you see how disappointed.
Both combatants look disappointed. They didn't take a point. There's a no contest due to non-intention. There's a lot kind of like I'm wondering, just due to, we've seen amateur fights with no strikes on the ground or to the head.
Yep.
We saw those were happening. So, and obviously like rules and regulations are changing, so not necessarily sure what the decision will be. It could be DQ, could be no contest, could be Yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of it comes down to referee's discretion and whether or not that was intentional or not.
And it just comes down to lack of experience, right? This is the first
100%.
time.
Both these guys haven't been in fights before. Interesting choice to get him to stand up, but whatever.
All right, Don Andrews will let us know what the decision is.
Fight fans, this fight comes to a stop 2 minutes 54 seconds of the first round. Due to an unintentional foul, this fight ends in a no contest.
No contest.
So a no contest for our second bout of the evening. Darren Martin unfortunately throwing an elbow, an illegal technique.
So going for the big suplex, hands to the knee, boom, back elbow. Looking to reach over. He already knew that he screwed up as soon as it was said, but you can't take it back.
Yeah.
Unfortunate way to end the fight. And it is like the other piece of that is the crowd may not be aware of the nuances of amateur MMA versus pro. So they don't understand kind of what happened, why did it go this way, etc. So it's unfortunate.
But isn't it moments like this that can serve a fighter very, very well if the plan is to become, amass an amateur record and then go into the professional ranks? These are the type of moments that can serve you very, very well.
Oh, 100%. You learn. It sucks, but we learn most from our mistakes. Yeah. It's just the way it is. So I'd like to see these guys run it back. It was on the way to being a very competitive and fun fight. So I'm very interested to see. I'd like to see the matchmakers make this fight and finish this fight and have a definitive end to it, so to speak. But yeah, it's definitely a learning moment, but also a learning moment for Labucan too, right? Is like that he was competitive up until that strike. It was a great fight. It was super fun to watch. Back and forth reversals, all those types of things. So I'm very interested to see where both these fighters go from here.
We have a ton of fights still to come throughout the night here at Unified 64. Our main event, the Unified featherweight strap, up for grabs as UFC veteran Hakeem Dawodu, representing Champions Creed, collides with 613 Fight Factory's Jake Govro. Also, King's MMA disciple Jared Vandera. UFC veteran takes on Bronson Jake Craig for the light heavyweight title. Nick Harabik taking on Bazooka Joe's pupil Matt Special. Antonio Ramirez and Craig Shintani. Former champion Tim Smith collides with Toshido MMA representative, Ultimate Fighter alum Michael Hill. Those fights and so many more happening live on UFC Fight Pass later tonight.
Fight fans, we have 2 more fighters ready to make their way out. Just before we get to them, just like to send a great big thank you to everyone here at the River Cree Resort Casino. It's very nice. Unified's very happy to be back here again. We just want to thank everybody involved in the River Cree. Guys, make some noise for this fabulous building. Thank you, we appreciate it. All right, we got 2 fighters ready to go. Let's bring them out to the Unified Cage. First, in the blue corner, Lucas Mandan.
A light heavyweight contest. First, Lucas Mandan making his way to the Unified Cage, representing Mission BJJ and Mission BC. And his mission is to secure a goal, secure a victory here. And the Unified promotion looks the part, looks menacing.
His look in this music terrifies me. Big boys, we go from the 125ers up to light heavyweight, 205. Mandan out of Mission BC, Mission BJJ. Big guy, but he's also taken on, you know, someone we don't know much about from Kamikaze Punishment, which has a strong jiu-jitsu program itself, but menacing. Menacing look from Mandan. Yikers is the technical term.
Yeah. Viking warrior.
And curly mustache on his mouth guard. Sending a lot of different messages. As we talked about earlier, flow state is different, looks different for every person.
He could be completely in the flow state right now, even though it doesn't look like it.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to destroy you, antisocial.
Yeah. It's just, well, smile. Smile with the curly-haired mustache. All right, cool. But yeah, very much looks like he knows what he wants to do, and that's commit extreme violence. Music is not helping her.
Making her way to the Unified Cage in the red corner, Vladislav Trotsenko.
Vladislav Trotsenko from Edmonton, representing Kamikaze Punishment. Making his amateur debut. So he does not know what to expect when the cage door closes. I'm sure he has some idea. But redlining it is different than hard sparring.
Yes, very much so.
Team Kamikaze Punishment.
Waiting for the beat to drop.
They're already successful tonight as Adrian Burton got a victory.
Both these gentlemen don't look like they came here to play tiddlywinks. My goodness. Both the big boys came to play. But, yeah.
Really, if looks could kill, everybody in the building's dead.
Yeah. But a little bit more revved up than his opponent, so to speak. But looks are deceiving. That look from Mandan is terrifying.
And one of the things we've been told, if you follow mixed martial arts, great champion like Michael Bisping, you look at his earlier days, he needed to be amped up, or he thought he needed to be amped up.
Yeah.
And after becoming a champion, he realized that didn't actually help me. I thought I needed to be amped up, but it worked against me. Even though I was successful, I burned a lot of unnecessary energy.
Well, especially like for someone like him who has such a high output style that you know you're using twice as much energy, and half that energy spent just on your walk
on the
to the
walk.
Kid. Yeah. It's like murder yourself to cut weight,
right?
And then you use more energy, walk to the ring, and then you're not going to be your best self, so to speak. Tremendous front tumble.
Yeah, wow.
But so everyone's different, what they need. especially at the amateur, you're still figuring it out. You're trying to figure out who you are as a fighter, as a person, all these different things. So I'm interested to see this one. Both these guys seem ready to rock and roll.
The menacing big fellas about to throw down inside the unified cage to get things going. My man, Don Andrews.
Fight fans, our next fight scheduled 3 3-minute rounds in our Unified Challenger Light Heavyweight Division. This fight sponsored by Crystal Glass for all your glass needs. Introducing first, this man fighting out of the blue corner. Standing 6'5" tall, his official weight 204.4 pounds. His amateur record, no wins, 1 loss, no draws. Fighting out of Mission BJJ in Mission BC, please welcome Lucas Mandin. Across the cage, his opponent, this man fighting out of the red corner. Standing 6 foot even, his official weight 201 pounds. Fighting out of Kamikaze Punishment here in Edmonton, Alberta. And tonight, making his amateur MMA debut, please welcome Vladislav Trotsenko. Sound of the bell, your referee in charge is Andy Social.
Referee Andy Social in charge of this light heavyweight amateur affair. And I will tell you this, Vladislav Trotsenko looks like he is having the time of his life.
Yeah, he looks
thrilled to be in there. 3 3-minute rounds. John Ramdeen, Mitch Clark, your broadcast team. The two fighters touch gloves.
Big high kick attempts right off the hop.
And look at this! Trotsenko just trying to finish things. Trying to take out the berserker, and there's no way this fight is gonna last very long. Vladislav Trotsenko.
Stretching him out. Mandin trying to like shake him off, but it's tough when there's that cross. Like everyone talks about don't cross your feet, but like in this position, there's not much of a worry. But there's so much tremendous spine on the lumbar spine as you try and stretch him out. Looking for
arm lock, yeah. Belly down, arm bar.
Needs to look at the feet to really get that pressure, otherwise he gets stacked up just like that. But he's got that triangle arm bar. Seen in Jeremy
Looking for the slam.
As I was saying, seen in Jeremy Horn versus Chael Sonnen. But good armbar attempt, but Mandin keeping composed.
Chael tapped a bunch of times, right? He was screaming, right? Was that that?
Yeah, I think when he was tapping out. I'm not going to talk crap about him. He's scared. Big shots there.
We love Jeremy Horn, too.
Not enough good things you said about Jeremy Horn. Man, what is Mandin doing? Keep it on the ground. Sorry, I should be coaching. But look at a pass, punch, softly.
And after dealing with some adversity in the early stages.
Big shots after that knee cut pass. Look for guillotine. Yeah, looking for no arm in, guillotine there.
Lucas Mandin.
Trotsenko attacking those hands.
Mandin thinking about that.
Looking for
guillotine? Is that what's happening? Is that what he's trying to do, or is he just controlling the head right now?
Well, he's talking with the ref. What I assume is happening is because of the position, it's really easy to grab the gloves and really
hide it.
Yeah, you can't. The ref can't see, and like both bodies.
He's trying to look. He's circling around.
Yeah. Big idea is Trotsenko needs a cut and angle to basically get his ear, but those are some shots coming in. Sets up the guillotine as Trotsenko goes to sit up. But, you know, doing a good job, 2-on-1, so to speak, on that one arm, peeling it off the neck. So really, Mandin, there's 3 minutes isn't a very long time in these amateur fights, so he needs to kind of get cooking. That left arm just trying to sink. Nope. No.
And Mandin dealt with some heavy blows in the early stage of this round, right?
Yeah.
So maybe he's just recovering.
You know, and that's fair. You know, he ate a big shot right off the hop. And you know, who knows, his elbow might be pretty sore. Big shots from Mandin here. Those suck because you can't see him coming because you're so busy fixated on the arms attacking your neck. So, and this could be where we see something happen. Big jab,
uppercut by Trotsenko. Oh, and wow! Right at the end of the round. No, the fight is not over.
Let's see if he gets up.
I don't know. They can't tell what's happening.
Talking to the wrong corner.
Mandan gets back up on the stool.
Trotchenko doing the smart thing, and just in case there's another round happening, but it looks like the fight's over.
The fight is over?
They sent out the corners.
Yeah.
Mandan pumped out his mouthpiece. Let's see what happened. Well, Trotchenko is, I don't know if it's been explained to them yet, so. Oh, potential during that exchange of eye poke.
Oh.
Hence the emergency response from Mandan turning away so hard. And then Trotchenko just doing what he's supposed to do, commit extreme violence, right? So I'm interested to see what happens. So
it's a little bit of confusion right now.
yeah, I believe the doctor's in there checking on on Mandan.
And if you're Trotchenko, how do you remain calm in the sense that you don't know if you're going to be fighting?
Well, especially like you get that huge adrenaline
Right.
dump after you think you win, you pop up, you're like, hell yeah, brother. And then you're like told to sit down, unintentional eye poke, so. Chaos in the amateur first 2 out of 3.
I'm confused. So the fight is continuing?
If there's maybe when they went to call time, 2 seconds
The fight
left.
the fight is over.
Fight is over.
We're getting the word that the fight is over.
Oh no. So what could happen, do the eye poke, he sees the eye poke, falls off, he gets knocked out, but because it was an unintentional, it could be a no contest.
Oh, wow.
Potentially. And obviously that's speculation.
Right, but it's a possibility. Okay, it looks like, all right. We have a decision. The results are in, I think. Referee Andy Social, we bring the two fighters into the corner.
Where's Mandan's corner?
Yes. The two fighters will come to the center of the cage. All right, for the official decision, Don Andrews.
Fight fans, referee Andy Social calls a stop to the fight. 2 minutes, 59 seconds of the first round for your winner by ref stoppage due to TKO strikes. In the red corner, Vladislav Trotchenko.
Vladislav Trotchenko getting the job done. 2:59 is that what it was?
Yeah.
1 second remaining in round 2.
Just wondering what all the confusion was then, unfortunately. So in here, big kick, kicks his leg out, big follow-up shots, and then, Andy Social has no choice but to stop the fight, especially when mouthpiece falls out. Big shots from Trotchenko, but can we get someone to escort Mandan properly?
Yeah, I know. You would think his team would be taking care of him because he went down hard twice in that first round.
Yeah, I get it. This fight is the fight game is all about punishing your opponent, but there is a lot of safety things that need to be followed up. And if you're coaching someone, you need to be on them, and also that could be inexperience as well, right? Mandan wants to fight, that type of thing, whatever. But it is, just a weird circumstance, it seems like.
More mixed martial arts action when we come back to Unified MMA.
right, fight fans, our next two fighters ready to make their way out to the unified cage, so let's meet them. First up, in the blue corner, Usman Katak.
The undefeated Usman Katak. It has been a while since he was inside the unified cage. A couple of years, in fact, representing Dynamic. You see in his corner, Vince Gentili, Nick Felber.
You know, Dynamic primarily known for their like a strong stand-up game, but they have solid wrestling, solid jiu-jitsu, but they always put out really strong strikers. And so I'm interested to see, I remember we called one of Katak's fights together, which is unspecific because we called quite a few. But I remember that name specifically. He comes, he tries to throw bombs, tactical kickboxing. So I'm interested to see how tonight goes. For tonight, you know, at 155, this is a tough weight class where you start seeing guys have a knockout power and they can still move fast. So,
and what's great is we're seeing so many great gyms across the Great White North, and Dynamic is one of these gyms that producing this young talent.
Consistent.
Yeah, consistent young talent. And Vince was telling me, Usman is just one of these kids that if he's on his A game, he's going to be unstoppable. He has a different level of focus, but it's just putting it all together.
Yeah,
and dealing with life.
Yeah, and you know, no one wants to be that guy who's a gym warrior, so to speak. They show their best game in the gym. So I'm hoping tonight we see Usman really show what he can do. You know, but not an easy test. Every time, especially when you're fighting pro, you're fighting for keeps, so to speak. So I'm very interested to see how tonight goes, especially after a layoff like that. But he's got a great team behind him, but always puts forth, consistently good fighters, technically sound fighters. So I'm excited for this fight.
Young father, he's got 2 kids and 1 on the way. As he welcomes in his opponent who's making his professional debut.
Now fight fans making their way to the unified cage in the red corner, Ahmad Aburajo.
Ahmad Aburajo making the trek for the first time. Serious look on his face.
Yeah. Solid team behind him, a couple other fighters from Kingdom as well fight tonight, which is helpful just in terms of having people that are consistently there to help you along the way, so to speak. People that can help keep you accountable, especially when you don't have as much experience as you can. You're making your pro debut, so having other people keep you accountable. That's the other thing about coming from a good gym. Coaches will call you, training partners will call you, say get your butt in the gym. And then that's the key. I don't think I've ever heard this remix of Gangster's Paradise. But, Aburajo coming from a very good gym and looks ripped up.
Tremendous.
And looks like he's ready to do damage. I'm very interested in this fight. Athletic specimen against very technically sound fighter. Let's see what happens tonight.
Rajo with mean mugging, and I don't think he's intending to do that. That's just his look.
That's just his face. Extreme cauliflowering on the one ear. But I'm interested to see tonight's output. Especially not seeing their amateur if they have any, and coming out and making your pro debut against a tough opponent.
This bout scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the lightweight ranks. Channeling good energy. Aburajo as he steps inside the unified cage. All right, the pro is ready to throw down. Don Andrews will give us the details of this lightweight encounter as we look at the tail of the tape. Everything relatively even. Attack with a little bit more experience. Don Andrews.
Fight fans, our first pro fight of the night, scheduled 3 5-minute rounds in our unified lightweight division. This fight sponsored by 247ibet.ca. Introducing first, this man fighting out of the blue corner. Standing 5 foot 9 inches tall, his official weight 157.2 pounds. His professional record, 1 win, no losses, no draws. Fighting out of dynamic MMA in Calgary, Alberta. Please welcome Usman Khatak. Across the cage, his opponent, this man fighting out of the red corner. Standing 5 foot 9 inches tall, his official weight 153.8 pounds. Fighting out of Kingdom MMA in Onaway, Alberta, and tonight making his pro debut. Please welcome the beast from the Middle East, Ahmad Aburajo. Sound of the bell, your referee in charge is Luke Boutin.
Luke Boutin, the third man inside the unified cage. Big pop for Ahmad Aburajo. He's making his pro debut against Usman Khatak. Khatak's team said one of his biggest strengths is his ability to remain calm. Nothing phases him.
Aburajo with a strong grappling background as well, wrestling even as recently as the 2024 Golden Bear Invitational. So I'm interested to see how he tries to implement potentially his game plan, but with some of the touches and moves, very technical striker.
Looking for that takedown.
Looking for that driving through that double, hard pressure, looking to lock his hands against the cage. Khatak has to know that has to be part of the background. Look at all that pressure that Aburajo trying to create, lock those hands, and he's got them locked.
And I do like the kind of nonchalant approach of Khatak, that he's not stressed.
Yep.
He's trying to remain calm. He's like, I've been here, I've done this before.
Yeah, and that makes a big difference. You can really like lean on that experience, and also knowing during training camp that, you know, my opponent's going to try and muscle me down to the ground as he's trying there, try to turn your opponent, and just like I'm against the cage, I can't stay here too long, but I'm going to chip him up while I'm against here and make him pay and make him think and lose a lot of that energy that he needs to finish those takedowns.
Elbows
big
coming.
elbow.
Yeah, you could see it.
From Grandma's basement, that big elbow, my goodness. So looking to hit that turn and
looking for the takedown. Yeah, scored. Khatak, you saw he was trying to look for the reversal, just didn't materialize.
Yeah, looking for, you know, that judo hip throw for Goshi, but that's unfortunately expose yourself a little bit. Passes the half guard, staying tight, pinning his opponent down.
Had an arm choke, perhaps.
Looking for
manifesting, no. Khatak wise to it.
Really creating that space between that shoulder and his neck and keeping that elbow down for him instead, letting it prop up, open it up. But it's pro. Elbows are legal now. From bottom, too. Nice little frame up from Khatak. Not letting Aburajo put all his weight on him. It's important.
And Khatak moving out of the way, not taking any damage in the early goings of round one. And Aburajo using a lot of energy, right?
He is, but at the same time, he's spending also that time looking to pin his opponent's shoulders on the mat, so his opponent wears his weight, so to speak. But we'll see if this goes around two. There's a lot of energy spent, A, in the takedown, and B, holding your opponent down. Khatak seeming very even keel, so to speak. And look, he's starting to get up. Aburajo looking for a Darce, it looks like. Looking for a three-quarter Nelson, so to speak. And now, yeah, smart move from Khatak.
Just getting back up.
Aburajo
looking for the takedown again. Khatak defending well up against the cage, and he is down.
And he's isolating that arm, but he can't give up his back. Which he did. Aburajo
Great strategy.
Yeah.
Just making it as physical and as abusive as possible. Just whatever presents itself, right?
100%, you know what I mean? Just staying on tight. Look for that nice little elbow there.
And then changes levels. Great choice. Khatak with some short elbows. Both guys trying to make it violent.
High single lift into a trip.
And I thought there was some blood. I think the elbow by Khatak scored.
Just that little one. It doesn't take much. It's hard. It's sharp. It doesn't take much space. So we'll see where it is. But right now, Khatak's not in a great spot in front of the corner of Aburajo. But what he's hoping to do is get this finish so that the ref can't see how bad that cut is.
but I love Katak's defensive abilities. Oh, jumping for the guillotine. Is it wise? And that tap is there, yes! Alberta getting the submission in round 1 after eating a big elbow. That's how you make your debut.
Definitely, definitely. Brujo, real smart play there. Felt the neck was in. Got good extension on it, and gross. But Katak looked good though throughout that fight.
Good.
In here, scramble sets up. See that arm and guillotine. And as soon as they pop up right there, there's that space. Pops already in pretty deep, and just that extension. Really use that vice grip on the neck to try and extend and put pressure on that neck. That blood cleaned up pretty good. But nice little short elbow there from Katak halfway through. Oh, nice little spot of hit too.
Yeah, right in the corner. Like,
yeah, right underneath, I think, on the inside.
But a solid battle in the lightweight affair. We send it up to Unified Cage announcer Don Andrews to give us the decision.
Fight fans, this fight comes to a stop. 3 minutes, 48 seconds of the first round for your winner by tap due to guillotine choke. In the red corner, Ahmad Aburajo.
I certainly want to see him again.
Definitely, you know, physically imposing, went through against like a strong opponent that was not looking to be overwhelmed, set up the guillotine quite well, looking for other submissions throughout. So I'm interested to see against, you know, him continue to build. You know, definitely strong athlete. I want to see more of them. Both guys, to be honest.
Yeah, very true. Because we've gotten away from that. You know, mixed martial arts was based on the fact we didn't really care about wins or losses. Just give us the beauty inside of the cage. Why can't we just do more of that? Right?
Well, I'm gonna say something controversial.
Okay.
What everyone wants to get to the big show, and if your record looks bad, they won't look at you. They're like Dana White Contender Series. They want young, strong fighters with good records, and then test them out there and see. But unfortunately, like in Canada, there's so many good fighters, but not enough promotions out there. So what happens is they end up fighting each other. It ends up chipping away people's like records. So you see guys like looking can crushing sometimes or otherwise. What I like about Unified is solid matchmaking to set up and send the best fighters to the big show prepared.
Great crowd on hand. Here at the River Cree Resort and Casino in Enoch, Alberta. Goes to West Edmonton. A stone's throw from the world famous West Edmonton Mall. One of the great fight cities, not only in Canada, but the world. Just a great fan base here in Edmonton. Of course, Unified contributing to that as they showcase the next generation of up-and-coming mixed martial arts combatants from across the country. And we'll see a couple of those fighters later tonight. Jake Gauvreau looking to make it 7-1 as he tries to leave the cage victorious and capture the Unified Featherweight Championship. He will be in tough as he is set to collide with UFC veteran Mean Hakeem Dawodu, who wants nothing more than to get back to the big show. Can he use his strikes and his athleticism and experience to take out the submission ace, Jake Gauvreau? Jared Bandera and Jake Craig in our co-main event for the light heavyweight strap. Jake Craig known for his power. Bandera, UFC veteran, will certainly rely on his experience and his caginess to take out the terrifying looking Jake Craig, better known as Bronson. these fights and so much more here at Unified 64, live on UFC Fight Pass at 8:30. DJ Alize in the house, rocking it.
Beautiful venue, though. I love this venue.
Yeah.
Like, it gives you that proper fight feel as everything you kind of really want, but it always puts the fighters in the center stage where it needs to be. Beautiful walkout, great setup. You know, I love everything about the fights being called here. Great setup, great venue. They always take care of us. You know, and like, those little things make a big difference in this fight game. Needs that good vibe, and that's exactly what we get here.
You're saying they take care of us. I see people eating behind us. Where's our food?
I want one of those pizzas. They always look good.
Just a great night of fights, as always, from the Unified promotion. We get to see former Unified champion Tim Shady Smith. And it seems like, I know we've said this over and over again, it seems like Tim's getting better the older that he gets.
What is this, version 6, you know? So, like, he's been from Unified 1 or 2 up until now, and just, like, continually changing his game and getting better. And you don't see that as people get older. They can become more technical or otherwise, but he always has that gamemanship in him. He's always ready to throw down and show his new skills in the toolbox. And he's going against another really tough fighter in Michael Hill, who's been here so many times. Great athlete, throws down hard. I'm excited for that fight. I think it's like that dark horse to be fight of the night, as per usual.
I have to agree with you. Tim Smith, he's just one of these fighters, real blood and guts type of fighter. Really, the Unified promotion built on the shoulders of Tim Smith and fighters like Tim Smith, because look, we're at our 64th show.
Yeah.
You can't get to show number 64 unless you have a show number 1, show number 2. And these are the type of fighters, and to see Tim Smith still going out there and still giving these type of performances for the fans here at the River Cree, it's absolutely amazing to see. But I know Michael Hill didn't just come in here to lay down for Tim Smith. He is going to do his absolute best to make it as violent and as bloody as possible so he can take that victory back to British Columbia.
Well, I think that's the thing with this fight, is both those guys are gritty and mean and fight hard, and that's really like a big part of like what Unified was built on, is like, these guys come to fight. Unified brings the fights that people want to see. Are these guys going to go to the big show? Probably not, but are they going to put on bangers every time? Yes.
A couple of other fighters that could deliver fireworks and maybe steal the spotlight. Nick Harabik looking for victory number 11 in this catchweight contest as he takes on Bazooka Joe pupil Matt Special, who is hunting for victory number 6. Two extremely talented fighters, but you talked about it before. You feel like Harabik, maybe he might rely on the full mixed martial arts gamut.
Yeah, Special's striking is very, very solid kickboxing, and very much meant for kickboxing. These little gloves don't do much for protection, but he's very technically sound, and if he's able to impose his game plan, that makes the difference. Harabik has won by submission, has won by TKO, knockout, and decision, you know, and those are the differences in just the ability and the chaos, so to speak, of MMA. Is there's so many ways to win, and Harabik has experienced them all, but, you know, Special has dynamite in his hands. He's very technically sound. You know, it's Coach Bazooka Joe, right?
Yeah.
You know, a Canadian legend in kickboxing, so to speak, and when you have that leans off onto you, especially when you're training with that guy every day. I'm very interested in that fight to see how it goes. There's a big height discrepancy in that fight too. So it's really who is able to impose their game plan the best.
right, fight fans, 2 more fighters making their way out to the unified cage. First up, in the blue corner, Alex Market.
Alex Market hunting for his first victory as a professional competitor.
10th Planet, very solid gym, and out of Warden MMA. Technically has a professional experience in this fight, but in terms of like jiu-jitsu, solid jiu-jitsu background, solid jiu-jitsu team he comes from as well.
Jay Peacock in his corner.
Yep.
And I know it's as simple as, for Alex Market, he's getting in there. What's the goal? The goal is to get the win.
Yeah.
To do whatever you have to get that victory. But I know I'm oversimplifying it. What do you need to do to make sure that you get that victory? Because you have your camp, you're listening to your coaches, you've done all the things that you need to do. How do you perform?
A lot of it comes from just doing the work and being able to realize you're never going to beat the aggregate of your team, so to speak. It's really easy to lose confidence in training camp when you're having hard rounds all the time, or to you have a bad experience like your own one. Knowing that your team is good, the key to helping you get there is a big deal. I remember his last fight. He showed a lot of really good things in that fight as well. So realizing it's really easy to focus on the negative, but we forget about all the good we do in camp, in fights, etc.
His way out
So
to
it's
unified
keep
cage
that
in the red
positive
corner,
mindset.
Connor Funk.
One of the best names, if not the best name on the fight card tonight, Connor Funk. Coming at some funky tunes.
There we go. Wasted opportunity though. Here comes the funk.
Wasted opportunity like professional wrestling.
How dare you?
How he should be going down that realm.
Maybe not at 145. But
Mexico.
Yeah, there we go. Fair point. But comes from a strong team. We saw some, once again, he had training partners getting ready on this fight card. You have other people he can lean off of, similar weight classes. I'm interested to see how he does in this fight. Very similar builds between the two fighters. Great name. Great
Awesome.
name. Great name.
Making his professional debut.
Calm and composed though.
Looks like he just got up from a nap.
Yeah. Ready to go, I guess, maybe. Or take another nap. I don't know. No, I don't mean in here. I mean sleepy.
He's like, somebody's going to take a nap, but
Someone,
it's not going to be
there
me.
we go. But, I'm interested to see how it goes tonight. There were several other fighters from Kingdom MMA fighting here tonight. And, not a whole lot of urgency from either fighter, so to speak. Just chilling.
3 5-minute rounds in this featherweight division. All right, to get her going, Don Andrews.
Fight fans, our next fight scheduled 3 5-minute rounds in our unified featherweight division. This fight sponsored by Slammables. Introducing first, this man fighting out of the blue corner. Standing 6 foot even, his official weight 145.2 pounds. His professional record, no wins, 1 loss, no draws. Fighting out of Warden MMA and 10th Planet in Calgary, Alberta. Please welcome Alex Market. Across the cage, his opponent, this man fighting out of the red corner. Standing 5 foot 11 inches tall, his official weight 145.8 pounds. Fighting out of Kingdom MMA here in Edmonton, Alberta. And tonight, making his pro MMA debut, please welcome Connor Funk. Sound of the bell, your referee in charge is Andy Social.
Referee Andy Social. Third man inside the unified cage. John Ramdeen, Mitch Clark, your commentary team. Connor Funk just dying to get after his opponent.
Funk giving me like Ryan Hall vibes.
He is. Will he roll?
Will he roll? Will he improve his posture? Like a croissant.
Two fighters touch gloves.
Really wide and long stance from Funk. But looks like he knows what he wants to do. You know, just really imposing. Good footwork. Good. You know, he's taking the cage where he needs to. Long shot.
Wow.
From Market.
Gets a hold of that leg.
Looking to tie those legs up, bearing that head in between. So he needs to bring those legs together.
Trying to lift there.
So he's really low and allows the hip to hinge on itself, which makes it hard to lift your opponent, which means you're burning a lot of energy. Looking for the outside single, switch to the double.
He's got the hands clasped.
Locking those legs together, picking up that bottom leg, which is the key there. But Funk is against the cage, which allows him to wall walk up. As long as he uses a whizzer, which he didn't.
Gives up his back.
He gives up his back. And long
lacing up the leg, trying to get that trip.
Yeah, Mark doing a good job of controlling that far leg to prevent the runaway, so to speak. And if you take a look, that left arm is very trapped in, you know, just locked in there in a handcuff position, so to speak. Just keeps a lot of control, keeps your opponent from turning in and turning out. Very smart movement from Market here. And good head positioning, just keeping his weight on his opponent, keeps that leg laced in, slowly waiting for your opponent to make a mistake. And he had that 2-on-1 there for a while, which really allows, kind of getting greedy, so to speak, looking for the sit back, but a good waist lock here.
One hook in.
Long legs from Market.
And Market, he's not thinking about damage, just really just control, right?
His position, control to the back.
Great job by Market.
Yeah, but Funk doing a good job staying composed here. And as long as he keeps his back towards the cage, which has now not happened.
And no damage.
Yeah.
And that's the issue.
Market's looking to get underneath that chin at any opportunity. Just there with the trap door, so to speak, ready to go.
But he's got to inflict damage, in my opinion, because right now, Funk knows what's happening.
Well, with that right arm, he's got that nice handcuff going on. He needs to keep doing more of this, of hitting. And with that angle, those elbows open up as well. With that left arm, I know it's easy to get greedy and, you know, look, snatch up there.
He wants it.
He wants it so bad.
And he's going after it again.
He's got that backpack movement going on. And
Funk with the hand in.
Funk is
trying to turn into him.
Smart move. Scrape him off on the cage. It hurts so bad, ladies and gentlemen at home. It sucks.
And people just don't know. He's having his back rubbed up against that cage.
Beautiful work there. Market on the leg again.
And a good job by Funk to get away.
Yeah.
And now a stinging left hand. And a desperate attempt by Market, but he seemed to be able to penetrate. He can get in deep.
But he shoots to both his knees on the ground, which leads to him not having any penetrating power, so to speak. Phrasing, I guess. So here we see very good, like, basically controlling those legs. Jake Shields was really good at that, where he crossed over those legs, which allowed him to strike a lot from this position. Funk doing a good job of trying to create space, turning in and out. But now his head and neck is kind of on that cage, which makes it hard to get any space without any of your hips being able to move.
Just over a minute and a half remaining in round number 1.
Slide to mount.
Thinking about elbows, trying to slice through. But Funk, look at this!
There we go, transition. But I think that little elbow sliced through, that little, this is the second time tonight we've seen just a little elbow doing so much.
Is that on the top of the head? Is that what? Because you're seeing some blood coming down the side of a, there it is.
Beautiful, drive through the double. Funk just chilling. I'd like to see a little bit more urgency from Funk, to be honest. He's doing a good job positionally, good butterfly, so to speak, not letting them get crushed down too much, but
just too much defense. It's all defense from him.
You can't win a fight on the scoring criteria due to defense. Nice little knee. Second one.
And Market doing a great job, administering as much punishment, constantly going up. The mouth guard of Connor Funk coming out as he slams up against the canvas.
But they're not going to stop it unless there's a break in action. And that's not a break in action. Beautiful shots.
Big right hand on the ground by Market.
Looking for that vice grip and then move in. kind of borderline illegal knee there.
Almost. I certainly love how abusive Market is.
Yeah, he's looked great this fight, positionally very sound.
And I
doing
knew that was
damage.
coming.
Yeah.
Oh, stop! Trying to get the stoppage, and that is it! The fight is over right at the end of the round! Connor Funk, I don't think he anticipated that during the break, as it settled right to the ground.
Great kick. Beautiful, just tactically very aware. And it's like, if I throw it up here, what happens? I land on my back. In worst case scenario, there's a second left. Very beautiful work from Market. In here, knee to the back of the knee / the buttocks. And then he's just like, okay, I'm gonna throw it. But these follow-up shots are what stopped that fight. The high kick, unexpected high kick, followed with those follow-up shots. Beautiful work from Market tonight. Positionally very sound. Funk doing a lot of things right, but focusing too much on defense. And Market was full offensively minded the entire time, which led to that finish. Very, very tactically smart tonight. Great showing from Market. Yeah, that was beautiful.
A tremendous victory from Alex Market. Wasn't easy.
It was the little things in the fight. Transitioning, the control, transitioning to mount, and just that little slicing elbow that happened. And then, even from the back, he's still working. He's landing those shots on his opponent to the butt / thighs, and then just throws it up there. And it was just great work from Market tonight.
Anti-social bringing the two fighters to the center of the unified cage.
And just good sportsmanship all around. Great night tonight.
And I know we didn't see the best of Connor Funk, and I certainly want to see him compete again.
Yeah, definitely.
Unified cage announcer Don Andrews with our official decision from this 145-pound affair.
Fight fans, referee Andy Social has seen enough. Calls a stop to this fight. 4 minutes, 59 seconds of the first round for your winner by knockout. In the blue corner, Alex Market.
I hope someone spilled water on Market.
He did.
Okay, good. We all get excited, it happens.
He's scared.
Happens to the best of us. Peeing your pants is cool. I'm Miles Davis.
And I would imagine after you step inside the cage for the first time as a professional, things don't go your way.
No.
And then you go in there and you have a performance like that. How good this must feel.
Beautiful strikes from back and just throws it up. Came up right in that perfect position. As you see by his face, surprise more than anything. And it's the shots you don't see that hurt the most or put you on your butt. Market very tactically aware, follows it up. Hard hammer strikes. Those hurt. And I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. There's the covering that they think is there, it's not there. It's pretty much just bone on face. It hurts. So following those up, referee had no choice but to stop that bout. Beautiful fight from Market. From top to bottom, even ending up in bad positions, but not sweating it. Just continue to get his game going. Knew he wanted to get the fight to the ground. When that didn't work, hey, let's just chip him up, and led to the finish.
right, fight fans, 2 more fighters making their way to the unified cage. First up, in the blue corner, Sonia Black Ruby.
Sonia Black Ruby, the first combatant, making her way to the unified cage, making her pro debut.
Great name. There's just some fight names
I
that
know.
are just great. Like Funk. Black Ruby. Clark is such a barf name. So good. But yeah, coming from strong team, WTM, Muay Thai Gym in Calgary, strong kickboxing. We don't have much to go on for grappling acumen, but strong kickboxing background against a very strong fighter coming from Viviana Fernandez's gym.
Yep.
So, but you know, I always like to see. I want more women, female fighters out there. I want to see more fights with them. Be able to show what they can do. There's a lot of tremendous female fighters out there, which unfortunately it's always hard for them to find fights. So I always like seeing more of them.
But we also have to acknowledge that just because somebody has an 0-0 record or a 1-1 amateur record doesn't mean that they don't have 20 fights under their belt.
Oh, 100%, especially coming from like a strong kickboxing team like that. Who knows? Like I personally don't know how many kickboxing fights she has or boxing
Or
fights.
smokers or exhibitions. You have no idea. So, and those are some of the mysteries that people rely on at this stage of the game.
Yeah, 100%. There's a lot more behind the scenes than what people think of. Than just seeing 0-0 on there.
Now making her way to the unified cage in the red corner, Marta Pankiv.
Marta Pankiv, representing Flash Academy in British Columbia. And of course, the head of that gym, mixed martial arts legend, Bibiano the Flash Fernandez, trying to take his information, his skill set, and pass it on to that next generation. And Marta Pankiv wants to keep her winning ways going, looking for victory number 2 as a pro. Loving it.
Loving it. But, you know, having very strong coach, you know, having strong MMA, you know, winning by knockout and submission and decision, you know, that's your coach, so to speak, you know, and then obviously his grappling background is unparalleled. But, you know, so you have a strong coach and you're coming in with 1-0 as a pro. You know, we've talked about it multiple times tonight. You can lean on your coaching and your team and everything like that, and that makes a big difference.
Pankiv with 10 amateur fights on her resume. And I've had the chance to sit down and chat with her, very confident. She believes it's her time. Look at that look.
Focused.
Literally laser focused.
Yeah. But, you know, like, I think that's the theme tonight is your flow state. Go ahead.
The tail of the tape for the strawweight bout. Marta Pankiv will have the advantage and experience. Sonia Black Ruby, 2 pounds heavier. How will that translate? To get this strawweight bout started, Don Andrews.
Fight fans, this next fight scheduled 3 5-minute rounds in our unified women's strawweight division. This fight sponsored by Ungali. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. Standing 5 foot 2 inches tall, her official weight 117.6 pounds. Fighting out of WTM Muay Thai Gym in Calgary, Alberta. And tonight, making her pro MMA debut, please welcome Sonia Black Ruby. Across the cage, her opponent fighting out of the red corner. Standing 5 foot 3 inches tall, her official weight 115 pounds even. Her professional record, 1 win, no losses, no no draws, fighting out of Flash Academy Martial Arts in Langley, BC. Please welcome Marta Cold Mountain Pancake. Sound of the bell, your referee in charge is Luke Boutin.
I know it's just optics, but when you look at the body language of Marta Pancake, it seems like she understands the mission, and it's just a foregone conclusion based on body language.
Cold Mountain is a good nickname. But, you know, you can't take anyone lightly.
That's
especially, you know, like Black Ruby coming out, looks like they know what they're doing in terms of the kickboxing.
Putting some stuff out there.
Yeah.
And a big right hand scores for Pancake. Little casual with the flicking of that kick out. And Pancake trying to end things in a hurry.
Big shot.
And she is going to town right now on Black Ruby.
That's under.
The choke is imminent. No hooks needed.
Smart job by Black Ruby trying to use the cage.
There
but
it is. The
foregone conclusion.
Whoa. Marta Pancake on fire. Wasted no time attacking her opponent.
Big shot, followed it up, realized it was there, and got the finish.
There are levels to this game, and we just saw it unfold in front of our eyes as we look back at the highlights from round
Big
one.
overhand, just over top of the guard, follows it up, big shots. But look at that leg positioning. Even though she's throwing these strikes, she knows that there's another finish available. Looking for that rear naked choke. Black Ruby doing a good job on the defense. Noki, the prime concern is chest on back pressure to get that pressure crunching in. Black Ruby trying to use the cage to her aid, but it's just not enough. Also that height difference, too far gone, too tight, too much, too soon.
Really just a stellar performance by Marta Pancake. The right hand's her best weapon to send her opponent to the ground, and then her finishing abilities, she recognized the opening and seized it right away.
Yeah, that was a big right hand, followed big shots followed afterward. That's the difference, so to speak, it was just that, you know. And Pancake really showing good sportsmanship trade, check out the opponent, wanted to like shake gloves, but you know, just a great fight from Cold Mountain.
And we saw the fight earlier between Connor Funk and Alex Market. Market had to work to get that victory, right? And then we see a performance like this where it's almost like Pancake's disappointed that there wasn't more pushback.
Yeah.
What's more valuable for a fighter? Is it to say, actually, I've done all the things I need to do to dust my opponent quickly, and I'm just going to keep doing that, or do I need to have tough fights to improve?
It's early in their career. It's best to just not show all your tools in your tool case.
All right. For our official winner, Don Andrews.
Fight fans, this fight comes to a stop. 42 seconds of the first round for your winner by tap due to standing rear naked choke. In the red corner, Marta Cold Mountain Pancake.
That is 2 in a row as a pro for Marta Pancake. I'm pretty sure we need to keep watching this one.
She is one to watch for sure.
Very disappointed look on the face of Sonya Black Ruby, where she's like, I don't even know what happened.
That right hand came in over top of that guard, nice and hard and tight, and then the follow-up shots probably did not help. But maybe a flash, you know what I mean? Flash KO kind of thing for a second. Black Ruby stayed in the fight, but it was just overwhelmed, unfortunately, after that right hand. And like that same shot was landed a couple seconds beforehand. So, like, great work from Cold Mountain. I was like saying it, it's a great nickname.
That is a great nickname.